so excited for the first episode of the Chit Chat. I am so sorry that it took longer than expected to post, but I really wanted to edit it, put some nice music on it, make it look, expensive and professional with my iMovie app, even though, I haven't reached the level of expensive budget yet, but we're gonna get there eventually. Today I'm just gonna answer a few questions that a lot of people ask me on a daily basis. Nothing too high high class, I guess you want to say, or hardcore. But I'm gonna be honest, I'm gonna be real, and I'm gonna be 100%. So the one thing that I take pride in is presenting people with authenticity and realness. So the first question is, let me get my little notepad so I could, I want to stay on topic. What's it like to be a PK or a preacher's kid, for those that don't know what PK means? Well, for starters, I come from a lineage of preachers. So my grandfather was a preacher. My dad's a preacher. My uncle's a preacher. I have aunts and uncles and cousins, and it's just all up in the family. It's just like pastors and everything, just all up in the family. Now, my dad is a pastor. He just is going on pastoring 5 years now. And he's been doing an awesome job. He's not a traditional pastor, and that's one thing I really like about him. He's not into tradition. He's not into the stereotypes that a lot of things that have come up on the church, and I really respect my father for that. But being a preacher's kid, it has its days where it's just, I don't want to be bothered. I don't want to be talked to. I know my dad's the pastor, and I know I have a certain obligation to be cordial and respectful, but I don't want to be bothered today. I don't want to talk to you, and I really don't care that you go here. Um, But there are other days where I get to church and I'm just so excited, about my dad being the pastor. I realize that, it's just as difficult for the pastor as it is for the kids. And y'all, it's some days, well, it's hard because it takes a toll on not just him, but when a man becomes a pastor, it's a family effort. And I didn't understand what my mother was talking about until maybe 2 years ago, when I came home from the University of Arkansas at Pine Bluff, and I was at home, and I understood it full throttle. It's a family effort. One person cannot do it all when your dad's a pastor. It can't be done. But it's difficult, but it's rewarding because it's taught me how to wear different hats. I've learned how to do a lot of different things. And I have learned things that not only apply in the church world, but in the world. So I've learned how to keep a game face. I mean, there have been things that have occurred in my face where I have, wanted to literally go off, but I've learned how to always never let your enemies see you sweat. Because even in the church world, you have enemies. Remember that. And so I just want people to know that, yes, it's difficult, but being a pastor's child or a preacher's kid, it's rewarding. It's awesome. It's difficult, but it's awesome. Yeah, you get into it with your family a lot, but it's lit. My first sermonic solo that I sung at church was Yes, Jesus Loves Me. And I would sing that song all the time. And then when I learned His Eyes on the Sparrows, I thought I was the baddest thing since sliced bread, baby. And then you learn I Won't Complain, and Can't Nobody Beat God Being God. And you just start stacking songs into your little song book. And before you know it, you got your little tablet of songs. And I don't know, y'all. You just learn so much. And it's like, I really find it amazing all the ways I've grown through my singing. Learning about the different types of voices, learning different vocal techniques, singing in choirs, singing in state choirs, singing in jurisdictional choirs, singing for church events, singing for other events, singing before my father preaches. I can say that I will never not have an opportunity not to sing. Whether it's church related or school related, I will always be able to sing. And I thank God that He has put something in me that I can use not only to glorify Him, but sometimes you just need to sing to make yourself feel better. And I will be here or I'll be on campus and I'll have my headphones in and I'll just be blasting some of my favorite songs. And, you know, they lift me up throughout the day. And I really, really, really love music. I play the trumpet. I can play the piano a little bit, a little bit. Living on my, whoa, on my own. Whoa, whoa. No, I'm just playing. Living on my own is difficult. I'm not even gonna lie. I like it, but I don't like it. There's its pros, there are cons to living on your own. I'm gonna start with the cons and then I'm gonna go into the pros. The cons are you don't get to be with your family every day. And me, I'm a very family oriented person. I love my family. Yeah, we fuss, we fight, we argue, but they're my folks. And I love them, have home cooked meals every day because my parents take pride in providing a hot, nutritious home cooked meal. And you do not get to have home cooked meals every day. You don't get to go to work because you are in school and you are down here. You don't get to go to work as much as you want to go to work because you are not at home and you are not taking classes online and you have to struggle. This has taught me money management. Shout out to my grandfather, George Martin, for this book because it has been what? Saving my life. Period. Period. But that's the only real truly just negative things. Now the positives. I don't have to kind of care about what I have on at the house all the time. I don't have to kind of like make my bed and keep my room as clean as I would at home. That's why the camera is in the position it is in, and I have my nice, lovely wall art in the background because this room, baby, it's a mess right now. Period. But I just personally, I do like living on my own. I really do. I've found my church home down here. Shout out to Mitchell Chapel. I have made a lot of friends here in Commerce. I've gotten myself involved in a lot of activities. I actually have a lot of things coming up that I have to get ready for, tryouts and different things. So I'm really, 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 really excited for the future that's ahead of me here at Texas A&M University, Commerce. Go Lions. Dreams and aspirations. I'm going to start with my goals. So one goal right now is to graduate, period. Like, that's not even an option. That's a mandatory goal. Like on the video games, when you have like the secondary goals and the primary goals, this is a primary goal. Like, no choice but to happen. I've been through too much with school, fought too hard. They're gonna have to give me my piece of paper. Period. My dreams. One of my major dreams is to become a professional singer, a professional recording artist. And I'm not talking about no church hopping singer. I'm talking about selling out stadiums worldwide, world tours. Me and my cousin Miles, we talk about this all the time. We're going to do a nice joint album. Shout out to my cousin Miles because we both going to make it. I'm speaking it. I'm recording this video even now as I record it. Somebody's going to see it and it's going to start happening. And when I look back 5-10 years from now, I'm going to thank God that I spoke this into existence. Just y'all wait. Another one of my dreams is to open up a fine arts school, and I'm going to call it Dream Academy. Another one of my dreams is to start a fine arts scholarship because a lot of emphasis with scholarships are put on sports and academics. You don't really see people getting full ride dance scholarships, full ride vocal scholarships, full ride band scholarships at a lot of your major universities. So one thing I really want to do is offer the opportunity for students who wouldn't be able to afford to go to the schools they want to go to be able to afford these schools and afford these options. Another one of my dreams is to I really, 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 really would love to sing for the president at the inauguration, and not if Donald Trump win. Period. I would love to sing it at the inauguration. I would love to do that. I also would just love to be a positive black role model to show young black men and young black women, if possible, that you can do anything that you put your mind to as long as you believe in yourself and have faith and you have a strong foundation and have people in your life that are going to push you to excel and push you to not settle for what you want to settle for, but really just knock the bar up higher. Here's the bar, but you knock it up higher and you get above the bar and you set the new bar. One person that really does that in my life is my mom. She really stays on me about, singing and just pushing me to not become stagnant. And I really thank my mom for that because I honestly don't know what I would do without her. So this last question is gonna be a very interesting answer, and I think I'm gonna catch some of y'all off guard with my response. But I do have friends who don't believe the same way I believe. We share similarities, but there are also a lot of differences, and I think that because their differences help me improve as a person, I keep them around and I really appreciate them. We talk about iron sharpening iron. Ooh, that's a tongue twister. Iron sharpening iron. But I believe that we need those types of people in our lives because if we don't, how are we going to be ready for the real world? The world isn't just made up of Christians. It isn't just made up of, scratch the Christians. It isn't made up of Kojics. It isn't made up of Baptists. It isn't made up of AMEs. It's people that don't even believe in Jesus or God or none of this stuff. And we have to go out and work with them. We have to be able to communicate with them. And I believe that having friends that don't believe the same way you believe also keeps you open-minded and gives you the ability to understand people and why they believe the way they believe. That's another tongue twister. Ugh. I think that this has helped me become a more understanding person as well, because one of the mottos I live by is if one wants to be understood, he must first be willing to understand. And a lot of times we try to force things upon people without understanding why they believe the way they believe and taking the chance to maybe even learn something from them because we are so accustomed and caught up in the ways and thinking that our way is the right way. But me personally, I love everybody. God is love, and judge not unless you be judged. And I have no room to judge, condemn, sin, talk down upon anyone on the face of this earth. Because I've done my things, and as we progress and we make more episodes, I'll be able to talk about it. But right now, this is the first episode, can't give you all the beans. But I believe that since I've been through a lot of the things that I've been through, I'm able to appreciate people for their differences and appreciate people's differences and how they improve me as a person. So absolutely, I have no reason to be ashamed of people I'm friends with because one, I'm not going to be friends with somebody that's going to cause me detrimental harm, and two, spiritual harm. So I just believe that the people I have in my life are one, sent by God, and they're here either for a reason, a season, or a lifetime. Here I am to worship. Here I am to bow down. Here I am to say that you're my God. You're altogether loving, altogether worthy, altogether wonderful to me. And I'll never know how much it cost to see my sins up on that cross. I'll never know how much it cost to see my sins up on that cross. And here I am to worship, here I am to bow down, here I am to say that you're my God. Be blessed, y'all.